So the cost of selling a $700,000 property. This is very general, just to give you an idea, because there's different circumstances, different costs, different fees. But in Southern California, just to give you a general idea of what it costs to sell a $700,000 property. So, assuming that your balance on the mortgage is $250,000. So the fees that I'm going to describe can vary, but let's just assume that the escrow settlement or the escrow office is going to charge about $15.85. So escrow, and then let's just say the title policy, so that the seller delivers clean title. We're gonna use $20 for a notary fee. We're gonna say transfer tax of $770. A payoff demand. A reconveyance fee. So all these are fees that are generated for me when I sit down with the seller. I come up with an estimate to give them an idea of what they're going to be netting, and I use First American Title or whatever your preferred title company. It'll generate a net sheet for you. So this is just to give a general idea to a seller. So if you're a seller and you found this because you're curious about what your average fees are, ultimately the escrow company will give you accurate. At first they'll give you an estimate. At the beginning of when you open escrow, they'll give you an estimate, and then as you get closer to the close of escrow, they'll give you a more detailed net sheet or a closing statement, or close to a closing statement. But this is general, so it should give you an idea. Let's say an NHD, which is a natural hazard statement. Sorry, not a statement, natural hazard disclosures. An SB2 75, SB2 recording fee. And it's common for a buyer to request for a home warranty. So let's just say that it's a $425 for a home warranty, 1 year home warranty to the buyer. And let's just say that there was $1,500 in termite clearance repairs. Oops. So the sales price is $700, and I went over all those costs that an escrow company will usually add on, and like I said, it's not accurate, right? But accurate as in the costs it could vary depending on the escrow company, the title company, and there may be different fees that your sale it will incur. Let's just say, for example, certain cities have a pre-sale fee, inspection fee. That would be added. But just to keep it general, let's assume that after adding all those costs, it is roughly about 6,539 in those when you add all those costs, right? And then you add the average commission to that a listing agent would charge you, and let's keep it at 5%. So that's a negotiable. I would say average is about 5%. So let's assume that you're gonna have a total of 35 in commission, which we could cover the way commission works in another topic. It's usually split 2.5% to the listing agent, 2.5% to the buyer's agent. It could be split different ways, although let's just assume that it's a 5% commission. And then the balance on the mortgage, like I had mentioned. The escrow company will also calculate a proration. They call it a proration on the property taxes. So from the day that the seller owned the property up to the date that it closes escrow, they calculate the proration on the taxes. That's the term they use, proration. So let's just say there's a taxes, property taxes of 610. So what does that net? It would net, so these are $700,000 sale price. These are the fees, which are the all the fees, escrow, title, and that whole list that I mentioned. And then we've got commissions, and then the balance on the mortgage, proration of taxes. So this approximate, for this example, we would net about 407,849.